Hello everyone, GM. I'm Nick from the Solana Foundation DevRel team, and welcome to Changelog. Today, it's Jacob and myself. How you doing, Jacob?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's time for Breakpoint. Breakpoint is in full force now. Everyone's in Amsterdam, having a blast, attending all the awesome talks. And if you're not already there, then all the talks and presentations should be streamed on Solana Foundation YouTube channel. So be sure to check those out. I'm really excited to check them out.
Is there anything on the agenda that you're excited for?
I think probably my top thing that I want to see is everything about Runtime V2. I'm really excited to see that presentation. And then Stephen Lucier is going to give a presentation on the new Web3.js. Super excited about that. Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about it in the changelog.
Yeah, and then I think I really enjoyed, or I'm looking forward to seeing the presentation by Noah that is on how he moved Helium off their own blockchain onto Solana, because that's an engineering marvel to see. And I don't actually know how he did it. So I'm curious to see how he did it in that presentation.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'll do a shameless plug for one of our previous Spotlight videos with Noah Prince. We talked about some of those details, but during Noah's presentation, I imagine he'll go more in depth of how he put one blockchain into another, as he likes to say.
All right. And then moving on to like commits of the week, there's been a lot of work on getting Quick on Turbine or Turbine on Quick using quick connections. This is actually one of the SIMDs currently being reviewed. And so they're doing some work to see how it works out on Solana. You can go look at the commits that are on the Solana Labs Solana repo, or if you want to look at how the work being done on Firedancer, you can look on those as well. There has been some more work on Web3.js, as we just mentioned. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I guess just at a high level, the team's been chugging away at the new Web3.js. It should be release candidate ready here any day. And I believe Stephen Lucier is going to officially announce release candidate during his talk. But take a look at it. Start building some stuff. Experience the new goodness that is the new Web3.js. There's definitely some big changes within it, and there's some new paradigm shifts that kind of have to happen, but it's going to be such a huge improvement for applications. I'm really excited.
Yeah, and definitely try it out early because this is where you can give feedback on how to make it better. Yeah, especially if people are wanting to use this in the future as the new Web3.js as a much smaller library and many different packages. This is the place to do it. Do it now. Give your feedback and issues. I know there's been a few people in the community, such as Andy, already giving feedback via the issues. Like, give those issues now.
Yeah, there's all sorts of improvements going on. I mean, we've got the token 22 is progressing nicely. The token CLI just had the addition of confidential transfers, so you can now do confidential transfers within the token CLI, which is awesome. There's some new extensions that are being worked on and being published.
Yeah, do note if you want to do confidential transfers, it's not currently enabled on mainnet. Yeah. I don't think it's actually enabled on any cluster, but you'll have to enable a very specific feature on your local. And if you start up your local validator without changing any of your CLI args, it should come with that feature already enabled by default. So you can try it out today and look at what it looks like in the Explorer. In other news related to the Solana program library, there's also been some work on token 22 to add token collections, or what they're kind of calling the token group extension, I believe. So there's been a different collection called the token collection program that Joe built as a spec recently, and you can see the whole spec of how the collections work. And then there's also pointers to it and then an extension from token 22 itself. So that not only will you be pointing towards metadata, like with the metadata pointer, but you can also point towards the group, which is kind of like the collection that you belong to.
Yeah, this is super cool. Token 22 has so much capability that it's amazing. Like it's so fun to play with and to kind of experience the different things. And immutable owner extension is really cool, where you can your token can just be immutable by default. But users can still burn that token. So it's not like you set an authority, like a traditional SPL token, you set an authority, throw away the key, or put it as a PDA, and then the user has to burn it that way. Nay, you can just burn it natively.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, definitely look at the John's talk on Token 22 at Breakpoint. If this goes live afterwards, check it on YouTube. If it's before, definitely go watch it on I believe it's on the dev stage.
Yeah, and I guess the last thing is the resource of the week. We've got Seahorse Lang. So Seahorse Lang actually just relaunched. There was a pretty big effort by Anvit from the who works at Phantom, but he's in the Solana community, and he's become the new maintainer of Seahorse, the Python-based transpilers. You can write Anchor-compatible programs within Python, which is awesome. So check it out at seahorse.dev and experience the new Seahorse.
So yeah, definitely check this out. I believe you can also find Anvit on stage. He won't be talking about Seahorse, but he'll be talking about other things. Ask him about how the work that he's been doing on Seahorse and other things. But yeah, that wraps up this week's Changelog. We hope that y'all enjoy Breakpoint. Give us a shout out on what you enjoy most at Solana Dev's Twitter, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you.